Disney World's Contemporary Resort is considered by some to be the best hotel at Disney World. Other people think it looks like an airplane hangar. Who's right? Is this hotel the best or the worst? Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. We're working our way through Disney World's hotels to decide which hotels are the best and the worst, and which ones are perfect for you. Today we're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Disney's Contemporary Resort, and we got this info straight from you. We're going to go over one of Disney World's original resorts that so many love and hate, but we're not going to tell you what we think until the end. So, let's start with why people hate it. Disney's Contemporary Resort is one of Disney World's original hotels, having opened on the same day as Magic Kingdom opened in 1971. It's located on the monorail route and a short walking distance from Magic Kingdom, and you may recognize it from its signature A-frame structure.
So on one hand, you could argue that the Contemporary has something for everyone. If you want a fancy dining reservation, you've got that. If you want to take your kids to Chef Mickey's, you've got that. So everyone can find something that they love about this resort. On the other hand, you could argue that the Contemporary is going through an identity crisis. And you know what? She always has, and she probably always will be going through an identity crisis. So that's okay. That's why we love her.
This hotel has indoor entry rooms, a variety of views to choose from, 3 stores, and some of Disney World's best dining. But the average cost of a night can run you anywhere from over $600 all the way to almost, and I can't believe I'm saying this, $3,000. Aside from the monorail, buses are the only form of transportation available right now.
Is the Contemporary Resort worth all the money? Yes and no. I actually have kind of a controversial recommendation. I say stay in the garden wing over the tower because you get this beautiful sort of oasis in the back. These buildings were added later. They're the same buildings that were an extension also at the Disneyland Hotel in Anaheim. So that's kind of interesting history, but the remodel on these rooms, the way they're decorated, is really modern and elegant feeling. There are marble floors. There's a huge bathtub. You've got to look up the garden wing rooms. They're gorgeous, and they are hundreds of dollars cheaper than the tower. So I say, let go of the park view. I know that's hard because you want to watch the fireworks from your bed, but save some money and go stay in a place, in an environment that's really beautiful, calm, restful, and elegant.
Contemporary is not, how shall we say, the most conventionally attractive Disney World hotel. But looks aside, it's been in a state of transformation for some time now, although some of the bigger construction projects have been completed. However, in 2023, the feature pool and whirlpool spas will be closed for construction, which means you may want to skip a visit during that time.
A lot has changed at the Contemporary, and a lot is changing in Disney World like right now. So if you don't want to be there during big construction projects, I would recommend that you check the Disney World refurbishment calendar to see what's going on when at what resort you're staying at.
Several of our readers said that while the Contemporary is classified as a deluxe resort, which is the fanciest category of Disney hotels, it doesn't feel like one. Recently, some of the rooms were remodeled with a theme based on the Incredibles franchise, and some readers mentioned that it wasn't a good choice. One reader said that the rooms are a little under-themed for the price, while other readers just aren't Incredibles fans. Reader Patty Mayonnaise 821 said, the Incredibles theming makes this hotel fall from a 10 to a 9.
Well, Miss Patty Mayonnaise 821, dropping from a 10 to a 9 isn't that bad for me. Like, that's still a 9, so that's still a good rating for the resort. Let's talk about those incredible rooms. I think they're fun. Got superheroes in there, all of the pops of color. I actually really like how they incorporated the monorail in the rooms, like on the bathroom mirror and on the lampshades. They redid every room in the main tower building, which is a lot, but there's still other rooms at the Contemporary that are not the Incredibles theme. So if you still want to stay at the Contemporary, one, if you want to stay in the main tower, you're gonna have to stay in an Incredibles room. But 2, if you don't want the Incredibles room, they still have other buildings that aren't the Incredibles theme. So you can still stay there without the Incredibles theme if you really don't want it that bad.
While the monorail is convenient, it can also go down at times, which means you're stuck then with buses, and you may have to make multiple stops before actually getting to your destination.
Now, the buses aren't perfect. It does get you from point A to point B, but if you're leaving from the Contemporary, you are going to have to make a couple of stops before you get to your destination.
Hey, real quick, take a second and give us a like. And if you like what you see, join the fun by hitting that subscribe button. And then you click that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. And be sure to follow us on AllEars socials on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for more Disney and Universal polls. And always make a point to visit AllEars.net to leave your reviews. You may be featured in an upcoming video. But hold off on writing that review until we talk about why people love the Contemporary. If Magic Kingdom is your favorite park, Disney's Contemporary Resort is right there. We're talking about a very short walk to the gates of Magic Kingdom. And with the monorail stop inside the Contemporary, it's also a short trip to Epcot and by extension, a Skyliner ride to Hollywood Studios.
I know that we would take a bus to the Contemporary and we would eat at Chef Mickey's in the morning and then we would walk over to Magic. And it was just so much fun. You don't have to wait in lines for buses. You don't have to fool with getting in crowds of people. You just walk. It's at your own pace. You can get there as quickly or as slowly as you want. And honestly, I love not being in crowds, even on the monorail. As much as I love the monorail, sometimes it can get really crowded in the mornings.
If you're a history buff, the Contemporary is a great place to stay. Not only is it an original Disney World hotel, but it was the place where Richard Nixon held his famous "I Am Not a Crook" press conference. As far as decor, you'll find the famous Grand Canyon Concourse mural by Mary Blair, spanning 9 stories.
Yes, the Contemporary Resort has so much history within it that it's crazy and people don't even know all the history. Of course, you've got Nixon's speech that happened in one of the conference ballrooms. A lot of people don't know that, but yes, it did happen at Disney World at the Contemporary. You've also got the Mary Blair mural on the 4th floor concourse right next to Chef Mickey's. It's a beautiful, huge mural made by Mary Blair, who's one of the designers of It's a Small World. So if you love Imagineering, if you love Disney history, that's a great thing to check out.
From Steakhouse 71 to the California Grill to Chef Mickey's, there is no shortage of quality table service dining to choose from. Contempo Cafe is available for quick service all day, while you can also seek out Contemporary Grounds for coffee.
At the Contemporary Resort, you do have a variety of places to choose from when it comes to eating. My personal favorite is going to have to be Steakhouse 71. I know it's a pretty popular choice, but it's popular for a reason. You're getting delicious food, high quality food, but it isn't that fancy kind of place where you feel compelled to have to dress up. You can show up in your normal resort wear and get a great meal.
A Disney Vacation Club expansion called Bay Lake Tower opened in 2009 with even more expensive suites, as well as the DVC exclusive Top of the World Lounge that now has a villains theme and incredible fireworks views. One reader said, "Great resort, location is excellent, something about the monorail running through it just can't be beat." While another reader said, "We've been staying there for over 30 years. You can't beat being able to walk to Magic Kingdom, and the Bay Lake side of the building is so peaceful, it's easy to get an escape from the crowds. Whenever we can swing it, we stay at the Contemporary."
So the Contemporary has a lot of things that I really love, but my favorite thing about the Contemporary is probably the history of it. I just think it's one of the original resorts at Disney World. It's so nice. It has Mary Blair art, which, if you know me, Mary Blair is my favorite Imagineer of all time, and I just think her artwork is so iconic and so special and so joyful, and I love that they just still have this huge mural. As a lot of things in Disney World are changing, I think it's really cool that they hold on to some really iconic things.
I was lucky enough to attend the opening of Villain's Lair, and it was really cool. I loved the experience. They created something really special there with a backstory about how the villains were squatting in the lounge while it was closed during the closures because of COVID, and that they were kicked out and had to leave so quickly that they left a lot of their belongings behind around. And it is a really nice lounge. It's the Top of the World lounge, and it's a perk for DVC members. The thing is, right now they're offering a special experience called the Wicked Wind Down, which costs $55 a person, still only available to DVC members, but you have to pay to play. If you are a member who wants to go and watch the fireworks, that is actually something that's unavailable to you unless you happen to go on a night where it's not full. But it's so popular that reservations are filling up for the $55 experience. People are paying it. So if you are a DVC member that wants to show up and watch the fireworks and enjoy a cocktail like the old days, unfortunately, right now, while they're offering the Wicked Wind Down, that's not gonna happen.
Contemporary Resort Pros. You can't beat the walking proximity to Magic Kingdom, easy access to the monorail, and tons of quality dining options to choose from. The cons? Yes, it's expensive. Bus transportation can take a long time, and it's certainly not the prettiest hotel. Still not sure? Let's get some final thoughts from the cast.
The Contemporary Resort is the highest tier of resort that you're going to get at Disney World. It is expensive. It is not going to be something that will fit on a shoestring budget. When it comes to that, you need to consider whether the different amenities are worth the price for you. For me personally, if I'm going to be paying a high dollar amount for a resort, I would probably want to stay somewhere that has a better atmosphere and look to it as opposed to the Contemporary. However, it is nice that it is so close to Magic Kingdom and you do have that direct access to that park through the monorail. If you know that you want to spend a lot of time at your resort or you don't want to be eating your meals in the parks, it is nice that the Contemporary has a wide variety of places to choose from for your meals.
Overall, I love the Contemporary. I don't love the price, that's just me. You guys know I love to ball on a budget. But this one is a special one. If you have the cash, why would you not want to stay in one of the most iconic Disney resorts where you can see the incredible things that are going on there? It's just neat. I like it. I love the restaurants. I love the experience, the atmosphere, how special you feel when you're there.
I'm garden wing all the way. What can I say? I'm a garden wing kind of guy. For less than you pay for the main tower theme park view room, you can stay in the Garden Wing Deluxe room. It is so spacious. It's basically a suite, and it's incredible. You're spending less money and getting so much more. And to see the fireworks, go ahead and hang out in the lounge at California Grill and go outside on their kind of elongated decks up there and watch the theme park and watch the fireworks and return to the seclusion of your gorgeous room out back in the Garden Wing.
In general, I love the Contemporary Resort. I think it's got so much to offer. It's got some of my favorite dining options. It's got the monorail running through it, which is super cool. It's got a bunch of Disney history. You don't have to stay at the resort to love it. You can just go there for dining. You can go there to hang out. You can go there to escape Magic Kingdom in the afternoon when it's super hot and crowded.
Disney's Contemporary Resort. Do you love it or hate it? If you're a huge Magic Kingdom fan and want access to great dining, the Contemporary might work for you. But if you want more than that, if you want the Skyliner or more intense Disney theming, you probably want to skip. Of course, keep in mind that what's good for one person might not be good for you, but that's why we research and review to help you make the best decision for you. Want more opinions? Do a search on AllEars.net Contemporary Resort and prepare to be a little blown away by the info you find. For the rest of you, how would you vote? Let us know in the comments. This is Chris for AllEars.net. See you next time.